Hello and welcome. My name's Super Saiyan and this is your weekly news and pre-order video covering all of the new releases from Games Workshop. I want to say a warm welcome to all of you new subscribers and a massive thank you to all of you members that support the channel. It really humbles me, all of the support you guys give, so thank you. Also, big thank you to everyone that watches the content, leaves comments, uses the Element Games affiliate link. There's been a few of you that have done that this past month in light of all of the new releases, and I hope you've enjoyed all of the content. Eldari are pretty much finished now in terms of content. There's a couple of extra sort of bonus videos I want to make about them, but now we're moving into Mechanicum, covering those new releases and Horus Heresy, as well as Soulblight Gravelords and the final Emperor's Children minis. So let's go on over to the Warhammer community site right here, and if we just look at all of the news and we go to about a week ago, which was the last Saturday, the pre-orders. You could pre-order mainly the Soulblight Gravelords or Death Rattle army set. Lovely set. I think in terms of value, probably the Deathcore Krieg one is better, even though it kind of consisted of fewer models. But this is still a very nice set anyway, and no doubt if you're able to pick it up with a discount using my Element Games affiliate link, then you could have saved yourself a good 20% off of it and helped the channel in the process. So yeah, you've got this awesome looking battle tome, one of the best looking battle tomes I've ever seen actually, and then you've got this card pack, but also up for pre-order with the High Elves in the form of these High Elf Lords, the Lothern Sea Guard, the Phoenix Guard, the Sisters of Avalon, optional kit, that one, the Flamespire Phoenix, optional assembly, the Frostheart Phoenix, and then the White Dwarf 511, which looks like it has an Emperor's Children special issue. So yeah, if you're into Emperor's Children, it might be worth picking that one up for your collection. For Black Library, we had Usheron Mortarch of Delusion special edition. That was only £40 instead of the 45, instead of the typical 45 that they charge. So that was good. Soulblight Gravelords Masters of Death. This is like an omnibus by David Annandale. And then we had a Heretic Astartes 2025 eShort Week subscription. Yeah, and that was it for last Saturday. We knew it was coming the very next day on the Sunday at 6 p.m. normally. There was the big preview for the pre-orders for today. Hopefully you've saved some money up. You know, you might have skipped Deathcore, you might have skipped the Mechanicum release, and maybe you weren't lucky enough to pick up the Emperor's Children army set. This is now the full release of the Emperor's Children. So we've got the Codex, lovely looking artwork for Emperor's Children. So yeah, if you're going to get the standard edition, you're not missing out. Special edition has Fulgrim on there. You can also get this super special edition with the Codex, with coins, all kinds of things. It's going to be numbered. Does it say how many? I don't know, but each faction are getting theirs. We've seen the Death Guard and we've seen the Khorne one. And then Fulgrim, Demon Primarch of Slaanesh, is also up for pre-order today. Looks great. I can't wait to pick him up at some point. I'm going to try and pick up a few things today, but if I'm unsuccessful, you will see them on the channel because I promised to cover all of the Emperor's Children minis. So for me, it would be Fulgrim and Lucius the Eternal. Excellent looking mini again. Huge. The Lord Cacophonus, which is probably the weakest one of the releases. I'm not a big fan at all of this model. I understand his presence though. I just wish he would have had like a awesome massive looking sonic blaster or something like that. The Lord Exultant, which is a fantastic little HQ choice found in the army set. And then another new release, the Flawless Blades. They're coming in the Combat Patrol, which will be released later on. So you might want to hold out to get the Combat Patrol to save a bit of money to get these. And then the Noise Marines, fantastic kit. I have a review of them on the channel. The Tormentors and Infractors, big Space Marines. They're taller than Primaris. So if you like that kind of thing, if you like your Chaos Space Marines to be bigger than current Space Marines, then there you go. Fantastic. Another great kit. And then you've got the dice and datasheet cards. Dice are lovely. They're in this nice pink colour. You've got Fulgrim, The Perfect Son special edition. So this is the novel that's released today. And then, yeah, the standard edition by Jude Reed. I'm not sure about this. They could price this at like £22 or so, which is going to be a lot. And I just know that paper quality is just going to be terrible. Araman Undying, you know, if that wasn't enough, they've decided to release this novel by John French. Awkward time to release two different Chaos Faction novels. I would have preferred them to release this alongside the Thousand Sons Codex, but you know, I guess they're on a time frame and they've got to release it now. German language books, French language books, and then Warhammer Plus. You've got Deep Strike, Painting Desk, and Battle Report. So yeah, so that's going to be the pre-orders for today. That for products that will release in 2 weeks' time. They're still on this 2-week pre-order window. I don't know whether we'll ever go back to the 1 week. I think it is a bit rich, personally, that you pay your money and then you have to wait 2 whole weeks to get your minis and things. I would like them to go back to the weekly pre-orders and releases, but there we go. You've got a couple of articles about Golden Demon 2025 Adepticon finalists, part 1. Worth having a look at those articles. Some fantastic minis. You've got Designing the Emperor's Children, part 1. So that's part of Lucius. And then the Rumour Engine, 8th of April. Yeah, that's got to be 40k or something, hasn't it? Got to be some kind of all specs thing. Now, throughout the week, we had multiple Emperor's Children articles, of course. It says, get hopped up on powerful combat elixirs with the Emperor's Children on Crusade. More DACA detachment update. So this is for orcs. And then, yeah, you can just download that detachment. Warhammer TV this week. Deep Strike meets the Warhammer Total War team. Jude Reed interview, Writing the Perfect Son. This will be a lovely book to accompany your brand new mini. Yeah, I'm not sure why they advertise these books. I don't know whether you can still get that Fulgrim book by Graham McNeil, but it is fantastic, worth a read. And yeah, I don't think you can get this John Reynolds book. A lot of the Primark books are just not available, which is ridiculous. They should be available. Maybe they're just holding fire to release them all in a bundle or something, or paperback versions, whatever. But we need them available. Games Workshop. It's a must. You know, the Horus Heresy is rich and diverse, and we need novels to explain the Primarchs and things. Then Designing the Emperor's Children Part 2, bringing the Sons of the Phoenician to life. Horus Heresy, we just had the Legiones Imperialis. Yeah, it's just an FAQ, so yeah, you can view the download. So not really any, they've kind of bundled Legiones Imperialis into the Horus Heresy, Heresy Thursday articles, which I think is a bit of a cop-out personally. I mean, yes, it's Horus Heresy, but yeah, it's not the Horus Heresy, if you know what I mean. So yeah, unfortunately, no reveals and things for the Horus Heresy this week. Designing the Emperor's Children Part 3, Revelations of Fulgrim, and then Golden Demon 2025 Part 2. Beachbone, biggest ent in the Fangorn Forest. So is this like a new mini, I think? Beachbone. Yeah, very cool. Will be released in Forge World Resin later this year. Yeah, looks great. I'm all for new minis for Lord of the Rings. I'd love to get into it at some point, but you just don't know when the models are going to disappear. Not forever, though. They've had a comeback a few times, haven't they? Then you've got Fulgrim versus the World. How good is the Phoenician on the tabletop? So this is the final article I just wanted to talk about. Bit of a spoiler. They put him up against certain things. So, of course, they put him up against the Titan. Of course. Fulgrim beat the Titan. It was a Warhound Titan. He can drop a Warhound in a single hit. But, yeah. That's a bit unfair, really, because the Titan would be quite a distance away, firing at other things, not really concerning itself with a demon Primarch, but there we go. And yeah, the Titan just doesn't have any close combat. I once got into trouble against some Space Wolf scouts with melter bombs. So yeah, that just gives you an idea of Titans, and yeah, they just don't have invulnerable saves. So close combat and melee, they're all about survivability from afar and dishing out damage from afar. So that's an odd matchup, it really is. Best knockout. Test 2 was a knockout at Primark. This is Fulgrim. They actually put Fulgrim against the Lion. Lore-wise, I think that the Lion could take him, but yeah, he only just beat him, so there is that. And then Test 3 against Space Marines. Yeah, Fulgrim took on 23 intercessors and completely annihilated them, and then they pitted him against Mortarion, and it was technically a draw. So yeah, he's powerful, very very powerful. Of course, he's going to be vulnerable to range though. But yeah, you better be bringing a Primarch or your A game against Fulgrim, because yeah, he's a pretty strong unit in the game. Okay, I would go on to Games Workshop's web store, but at the moment, at this time, it's giving me a 403 error. Hopefully that will resolve itself before I finish the rest of this video. Okay, so here we are on Games Workshop's web store. We've managed to load it up on a different browser altogether. Don't know what's happening with Safari today, but it's just not working for me. On here, you've got the Emperor's Children advertised. I've decided not to pre-order any of them. I might pre-order them a little bit later on. Again, I've purchased a lot of Warhammer over the past few months, and again, you know, your support is very much welcome, but I've now seen that on the web store I normally pick them up from, they're on a delayed dispatch, which is just really not good enough for me, for the channel, and for you guys to have these miniatures you know, come to me after the dispatch date. Just, you know, what's the point really, because you guys are gonna pick them up anyway, or get them directly from Games Workshop, or go into the store. You know, these models, they shouldn't be limited quantities at all. These are full releases, these are staple releases, they're not limited editions. It's shocking, really. But anyway, enough about that. Let's just go on to new and exclusive and go on to pre-orders. And if we just go to price descending, and we just look at these, so available only while stocks last. Let's have a look at these. You can still add this to cart. Pre-orders in 2 weeks time, £155 for this edition. It's your normal 112 page rules book that will be out of date within the next 3 years. I've got the codex. It's a nice codex, don't get me wrong. You know, if you're really into Emperor's Children, then you get your stratagem cards, your data sheet cards, double-sided objective markers, art prints, and a metal medallion fragment. So all you're really getting is the objective markers and the art prints and the medallion. So that's the medallion. You're getting your objective markers and the art prints, and that's it. That's the only extra. You're paying over £100 more for these coins, really. That's what it's for, and they're all going to be this. You know, the actual contents of the book is exactly the same. Look, it's exactly the same as the codex that's out. These are the art prints. Whether you think that they're decent art prints, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 of them. That one, I'm not quite sure. That's just the front cover of this codex. You've got that one, and then is that Fabius Bile, and then that's the Lord Exultant. So yeah, that's the limited edition. Soulbite Gravelords Death Rattle Army set, that was actually sold out last week. That came out last week. Then you've got Fulgrim, £102. Yeah, quite pricey, 102, but it's about right for you know, a demon Primarch. Looks great. Consists of 52 plastic components. Wow, that really isn't many plastic components at all for the £100 price point. Yeah, you know, it's basically £2 per piece if you look at it that way. But yeah, not many pieces. I don't think that's gonna satisfy you. In terms of build, that is over what, a couple of hours. I think within a couple of hours you could finish that. Then you've got the collector's edition codex. 60. Am I reading that right? £65 for this. Wow. I prefer mine. I really do. You know, the one that you get in the army set. It has the same things. It has page edges. It has soft touch cover. It has a bookmark. You know, so these army box sets fall into their own. Yes, they're £145, but you know, when you're paying £65 for the actual codex itself, yeah, it's a fair amount. Then you've got the Phoenix, you know, you've got the High Elves from last week, but then you've got Fulgrim the Perfect Son Special Edition. Let's see if this is still available. Yeah, it is. £45 for this. It's odd that it is in red rather than purple. I think purple and gold would have been better. Or is it pink? I'm not sure. It looks more red, doesn't it? But yeah, £45 for that. You've got the Tormentors, £45 for 10. £42.50 for the 6 Noise Marines. Yeah, I was expecting kind of that. Usheran was a book that was sold out last week. You've got the Floors Blades, £37, which is kind of what I was expecting. Really, what are they, like £12 odd each Flawless Blade? They're nice. You know, I will be picking those up at some point. Then you've got the Codex, £37. Fair enough. You've got the High Elves, and then Lucius the Eternal, £28. Okay, that's kind of what I was expecting for him. He consists of 21 plastic components, not too bad. Don't think he has any options though, it's just the blade and the whip. You've got more High Elves from last week. You've got the Lord Exultant, £26, available, decent model. The Lord Cacophonist, £25. Yeah, I'm still not sure about this model. Yeah, it looks like a bit of a throwback to a 90s model. You get helmeted or helmetless. Yeah, I'm just not sure about it. Not sure it goes well with the Noise Marines, but there we go. That consists of 18 plastic components. You've got the datasheet cards, you've got the Perfect Son hardback. Okay, that's £20. It's fine, that's by Jude Reed. You've got the pink dice, £19 for those. You've got the Soulblight Gravelost book from last week. You've got the Araman Undying paperback, £9.99. And then you've got the White Dwarf, number 511, which I think was last week as well. So yeah, this is very much a pink, very much an Emperor's Children release today. Hope you're able to pick some of them up if you were after them. I'll try and pick them up, but I'm not a big fan of this delayed dispatch thing. The fact that you order these, and not only will you not get them in 2 weeks' time, but you probably get them a fair bit after release. I had to wait over a month to get Baharoth when I ordered it, and that was kind of a delayed dispatch. So yeah, a bit disappointing, but in terms of like ordering these things, but at the moment they look to be all in stock. Nope. Just as we've been talking, the Emperor's Children Limited Edition Codex has gone out of stock. Collector's Edition is still there. You can still get Fulgrim. What about this book here? Nope, that's gone as well, as we were talking. What about Araman? No, maybe Araman will stick around for a little while. But there you go. That is the news and pre-order video for this weekend. What do you guys think? Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.